Okay, welcome to part 2 of this conditional probability series. In this video, what we're going to do is go over an example now using a table with all of our data organized, whereas in the part 1 of this series, we had a visual setup of this problem. Now what I did was I made it a little bit more difficult. Instead of boys and girls, I have preteen, teen, and adults, and then I have people who like math and people who do not like math. Okay, well, let's get started. Um, Whenever, and I'm going to do this right away because you know what? Anytime I'm given a problem like this is the first thing I do. I will look at each row and each column and I will add up the numbers that are there because I will need those numbers at some point, so you might as well do them all right now. So first row, you get 21 plus 30, and that will be 51. And then you got 15 and 12, so that's going to be 27. And then 6 and 25, you got 31. All right, now let's do the columns. When you do 21, 15, and 6, you're going to get 42. And when we do 30, 12, and 25, we get 67. Now, to make sure you've done this correct, if you were to add up all the rows, let's see what we get, by the way, when you add up all the rows. We get 51, is it 27, and 31. We're going to get 189. All right, is that the same number we get? Wait, that seems too much. 127, 31. Oh, 109. Ooh, 109. Someone can't do their math. All right, so 109. And then when you add up 42 and 67, what do you get? You get 109. Okay, so that did check out. But again, you're going to need to do this anyways, so you might as well. And here's also why this is great, because now I can just start shooting out questions. You know, what's the probability of liking math? Well, 42 out of 109. Well, how do I know that? Well, because this column right here represents everyone who likes math. And this number right here, which I'll circle in yellow, this represents everybody. So what's the probability you like math? Well, it's the number of people who like math divided by the number of people you have total, and that's 42 out of 109. So see how fast that was? How about the probability of being a teen? Well, the probability of being a teen, 27 out of 109. Okay. What's the probability of being an adult and liking math? Okay, well, who's that? Well, the people who are adults and like math, they're right there. There's only 6 of them. Okay, sad, but it's probably true. All right, so 6 out of, well, 109. What are we always dividing by? No matter, in all of these problems, notice I'm always dividing by 109 because it's assumed, well, it's not really assumed, but it's, when we're talking about probability, we're dealing with everybody. We're assuming we're talking about everybody. And we are. Okay. Conditional probability now is when we tweak it a little bit, when we're not actually talking about everyone, but we're restricting it to some subset of everybody. Okay, so not all of 109, but a small group of them. Okay, so let's start another problem set. Okay, so let's do a conditional problem. What is the probability that you, how about do not like math given you're a teen? Okay. You do not like math given you're a teen. Okay, well, let's use the conditional probability formula first. Okay, which is the probability that you do not like math and you're a teen, because if you're not in here, then you're not going to count. All right, so you have to do not like math, sorry, you do not like math and you are a teen, divided by the probability that you are a teen. All right, so what's the probability that you do not like math and you're a teen? Well, that's these people right there. So that's going to be 12 out of 109. Okay. And then what's the probability of being a teen? Well, here they are, right there. 27 of them. So 27 out of 109. And when you reduce this, what do we get? We will get 12 out of 27. Okay, now feel free to write these down as decimals so you can get a better idea of what these numbers represent. This is a little bit less than 50%. Exactly, it's 0.44. 0.44. All right then. That's using the formula. Let's see if we get this just using some common sense. All right, so conditional probability. What this says is that if I want the people who do not like math, given they're a teen, well, we should only be dealing with the teens. Okay? Because that's the group we're dealing with. This is what we're always restricting to, so the teens. All right, so when you go back up to the table, we're only dealing with teens. So we're dealing with these right there. Now, of these two, because there's only two of them in here, which ones do not like math? Well, can you see? Does everyone see? Right there. These are the ones who do not like math. So of the teens, which there are 27 of them, how many of them do not like math? 12. So is that exactly what we get as our answer? Exactly. 12 out of 27. There are 27 teens. 12 of them do not like math. Okay, so we can do it using some common sense and just, working through some, using some logic here. Or you can use the formula. Whichever one you want to use is fine. Let's try another one. All right, this one will seem a little bit roundabout. Yeah, I think that's how you want to say it. Let's ask for the probability of, we'll do an adult and, no, I think we already done that one. How about, not like math and preteen. Okay, so I'm going to do PT for preteen. Okay. Well, without conditional probability, which you can do without using conditional probability, you do not like math and you are a preteen. Well, who are we talking about? Talking about these 30 people right there. So 30 out of 109? That's simple, right? But I'm not trying to trick you. It's 30 out of 109. Okay, but let's do it using a conditional probability formula. Because sometimes you're not going to be given a nice table like this. Okay, so you need to have another way of doing it. So here's the other way of doing it. All right, that conditional probability formula I showed you in the first video is this. It'll be the probability of, I guess it really depends on which one we want to do. It could be this I guess that's one way of doing it. All right, so let's see if we get the same answer. So the answer we want is 30 out of 109. All right, so let's see here. All right, so this is one way of writing the conditional probability formula. Okay, so what is the probability that you do not like math given you're a preteen? So let's get this out. All right, do not like math given you're a preteen. So we're in the preteen people. Preteen people. And you do not like math. So that would be 30. Okay, so we got 30 out of, well, we're dealing only with preteens, so it's 30 out of 51. Times, all right, what's the probability that you are a preteen? Well, that one's easier. There's 51 preteens, and there's no conditional on this, so it's simply just 51, the 51 preteens, out of the 109 total people. Now look what happens. These cross off, and you get 30 over 109. So we get the same answer, but like I said, it's a roundabout way of getting to the answer, but sometimes you're not actually given a nice table like this. Sometimes, and it's going to be in the next video, you're given word problems that have you, or they give you this information. And so it's up to you to know that you have to use this formula to get, the thing you're looking for. In this case, what's the probability that you do not like math and you're a preteen? Okay, so that's another way of doing conditional probability, this time using a nice table. And look forward to seeing you in the next video.